Woo! What's up, YouTube? I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about how to find your profitable niche when it comes to making any YouTube videos. Also, thank you guys for a lot of your sweet comments and concerns about my channel losing its monetization. It's fine. It's just something I had to roll with, but just mostly just going to my content, kind of seeing what have I been doing to change it. So right now, I'm gonna probably review my content, review a little bit of things, talk to you guys about how I make these contents, how I make these personal videos. They've done well in the past. I've been monetized for a year.
Some things don't work, and
So
that's
this is
the
the
way
video I'm
love
gonna talk to you guys about.
goes.
Where it has a viral sound. I might get copyright strike because of that sound, but who cares? It's only 5 seconds. But I just wanted to show you guys how I make these videos. These videos are pretty niche down, so I get my sources from TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, all those social media platforms. I get this one mainly from Reels, but one of the biggest things I can probably show you guys what has been using or what has been working for me in the past with my TikTok accounts or my TikTok account has been like these videos. Where they're either some type of tongue twister, riddles, or just some type of like formable content that doesn't have to be meme specific, but it does have to be somewhat engaging. But there's not a lot of competition, I would say, with just this type of like genre of meme formats. Like if I was going to do what I was doing like personally in the past, like let's say like I'm reacting to this video like right now.
You and it's not who you think. I got 4 bodies underneath my house. Say what? I got 4 bodies underneath my house. Yeah, it is crazy. But you don't say nothing, okay? All
That's
right.
crazy.
Took you a while, brother.
This isn't
We
that
can make
funny.
some arrangements.
When someone says they have a tolerance,
Yeah.
okay. So it's just about exploring like the profitable niches, content, audience. Like this guy has um understood the true value of Timu. Like, oh man, like had some type of reaction, make it kind of dorky, kind of put yourself out there. I know one of the biggest things that kind of like would kind of challenge a lot of people, especially small time YouTubers, is showing your face. Sometimes you can get away with murder showing your face with specific content. Like I would say when you go to like reaction channels, like reaction, like if you just look up reaction,
I'm a poor, don't space respect.
where it's like
Regular
either Twitch
voice. Oh, yeah.
stars, Twitch
Want to practice
people,
with me?
Beat your and hot the box. Y'all didn't tag.
and it's just so interesting, like how many views and likes they rack up, like DDG, it's just like me reacting to speed clips or like you would never believe what happened. It's just like kind of putting yourself out there. I know some people don't have a lot of good software type of like maintenance. They don't have what? They don't have a computer screen, this, another computer screen, and then a PC. And it's just like, how could you work with this on your phone, essentially? One of the best ways I would say to recommend on making content with your phone would just be CapCutting and editing. Editing and stepping yourself up to where you can like personally have like some type of official way to use a computer, use something a little bit more effective. But another thing is using Reddit. But otherwise, to kind of explain how my content has kind of grown, one of the things is I don't use tags. I don't use like hashtags anymore. I just use titles. So one of the best things I can probably recommend doing is going through like your videos, going to content, going to shorts, knowing which ones are doing the best from views, like this one. So going to the analytics, going to onto YouTube. So this one was kind of niche down. However, one thing you can't do, and one thing I won't like advocate, is just putting watermarks, because some people will use your content and then that will mess up the whole algorithm, and then YouTube will be like, hey, we can't. It'll just kind of make it an awkward point. So I would recommend um, putting some type of watermark or tag. And then another thing is kind of just reviewing, like, why does this content do well? Why does it kind of perform well? Or just understanding like this as a whole. And one other thing is kind of understanding why music also plays into effect with these shorts. Like getting over 48K views in under that time is pretty impressive. Understanding like why do it specifically gets that many views? Is it more like itched around this type of content? So views and shorts do play pretty well. And it's kind of over here in like content like this where it's easily like repostable, easily renewable, like content that's like, I need 5 people to read this and reread it again. Need you. And knowing how long this short is, like almost 5 seconds at minimum, and it takes around 10 minutes, or not 10 minutes, 10 seconds to read the whole entire text. So you're kind of almost getting tricked but into reading it for the duration of 10 seconds while it's only 5 seconds, and then therefore blowing it up organically to almost be pushed out to YouTube directly. So this is another little hack. Another thing is just using like what kind of, but to know more is kind of just to like figure out what else you can do. But otherwise, guys, I do appreciate you guys. One thing I wanted to do is go over the comments on my last video. One of the things that you guys were saying, like, oh no, I've got this. And then just reviewing like other people's accounts. Like this is my mom. She's been talking to me about this all for a long time. And then knowing like you know me, I know you, and then explaining why I lost my monetization. So it just has to do with uploading too much content that isn't really deemed yours, and then just it just kind of confuses it. So just being careful with YouTube's algorithm. They're changing a lot of things. Just kind of play testing with what you can get away with, what you can't get away with anymore. But that's probably going to wrap up the little discussion video. If you guys do have any questions, I will like to review your guys' content, understand why you guys aren't getting videos or watch times, or why you're stuck in the few thousand, or stuck in like view jail. Like I haven't been stuck in view jail for a long time because I understand what certain videos perform well, why certain videos don't perform well. Like a current video that I just uploaded not too long ago, that was uploaded like 2 hours ago. See why it's a stag, why isn't it performing well? Understand still how to incorporate some type of niche into it, so that way it can be like pushed out. But if you guys do have any questions, please like leave them in the comment section. You guys take care.